We are living in an unpredictable world. Why am I saying that? You see, we were just recovering from a pandemic, the global economy had taken a massive hit, and then a war broke out. The cost of living has been soaring, recession fears loom. You might remember the International Monetary Fund or the IMF's stark warning. It expects a third of the world to be in recession this year, a third of the world. So how does this affect you and me? Well, it's a tough pill to swallow. You might have to pay the price with your job. Now, I don't mean to scare you, but given how getting fired becomes a possibility in such turbulent times, what can you do to stay safe? Hello and welcome. You are watching Gravitas Plus with me, Molly Gambhir. Do you work in the tech industry? Then, seeing the current scenario, you might have experienced some anxiety regarding your job. And if that's the case, then you are not alone. You see, big tech has been firing employees at an alarming rate. Overall, more than 1,000 tech companies laid off over 154,000 employees in 2022. Together, 4 tech giants, Meta, Alphabet, Amazon, and Microsoft, have cut 50,000 jobs. Salesforce let go of 8,000 workers, Disney fired 7,000, Dell fired 6,650, Philips, IBM, Goldman Sachs laid off thousands of employees. These companies are known for their high pay and job security. But hordes of people were left jobless, mostly in the name of cost cutting amid fears of recession. You see, the number one cost factor for almost every business is its workforce. When a company starts losing its profitability, it looks for areas where it can cut costs. And unfortunately, the workforce is almost always on the top of that list. Which means your job could be on the line if there is a recession this year. So then, what do you do? Is there a way out? Can you recession-proof your job? Yes, you can, and I will tell you how. First, stay up to date. Keep a tab on the industry trends and innovation. Being an active industry leader is always crucial for growth and job security, but it becomes all the more critical during an economic recession. How do you do that? Identify the areas where your industry is struggling and thriving. Watch how other sectors are faring. For instance, tech sectors are usually the first to lay off employees. That's because they usually offer handsome salaries and have a large workforce. Certain job roles are more at risk. Seeing the current firing spree in the tech industry, job functions most affected were within HR. They accounted for 28% of all layoffs. And there are 2 possible reasons for this. Firstly, if companies are laying off staff, they will also be cutting back on recruitment, and less recruitment means less need for HR staff. Another could be automation. AI software and chatbots are all the rage these days. Companies are looking to cut back on resources. There are a number of platforms that automate routine tasks, and this includes interviewing and onboarding new recruits, checking references, verifying identities, and carrying out health and safety assessments. Companies such as Amazon have used AI to identify low-performing staff and let go of them. While HR and talent sourcing were most affected at Microsoft and Meta, it was the software engineers who took the hit at Google and Twitter. Your job role could decide the impact of recession on you. An expert suggests transitioning to sales roles offers more job stability because those who help boost the company's overall revenue are most likely to stay safely employed in an economic slump. And this brings me to another crucial aspect: boosting your skill set. Take initiatives. Think out of the box to save your organization's resources. It matters how you encounter hardships and identify solutions as a professional in your industry. As a soft skill, adaptability is in high demand. During the pandemic, top-level executives and managers fulfilled different roles within their companies. They are also likely to navigate multiple functions if there is a recession. A slow economy is also a good time to diversify your revenue stream. You can take up multiple projects as a part of your job, or look for gigs in different verticals and skill sets. And this would help your income portfolio and minimize the risks. This way, even if you end up losing a project, your entire income will not be at stake. Number 4 is networking, and this is a step that we often overlook. Fostering workplace friendships and meaningful connections is often overlooked. Your job is simply not about staring at your computer screen after all, or functioning like an island. It is also about developing interpersonal skills and staying in the loop. Having good relations with your colleagues and managers can open up new horizons for you. You would know what exactly is going on in the industry. Some might even offer new project opportunities or put in a good word for you. Another important step is amping up your resume and being ready to find a new job. Rework your job description. While it is important to talk about your experience, most recruiters tire out of it as they deal with hundreds of applicants. So it could be in your favor if you begin with outcomes and results instead of the process. The very thought of a recession sounds scary. The economic situation is constantly fluctuating. Global events and crises have left markets in turmoil, and amid this, it is natural to worry about your job. While realism is essential, let me tell you this. Positive outcomes, even in times of crisis, are not unrealistic. Companies that embody forward thinking, that empower their employees and leaders to innovate, they are the ones that often make it through a recession more successfully, as compared to those that operate on fear and resort to mass layoffs with the first signs of trouble. So, if you find yourself in such a scenario, maybe it's time to look for better opportunities.